Hello everybody, I'm DerTebbers. This is your Farming Simulator 2015 Agribusiness Mod Spotlight. I know everyone's like, oh god, more agribusiness. I'm sorry. It's neat. I like it. It's the way it's going to roll. I promise, next one, no agribusiness. How about that? No agribusiness in the next Mod Spotlight. I'll do that for you. All right, this time we have a few things. In the placeables, you might have seen it at quick glance last time. It is the UPK, the salad trigger, is a salad trigger for lettuce. Well, that requires something. It requires somewhere at the end because it's big and giant and expensive. There it is. The greenhouse, the lettuce greenhouse, $330,000. It is an expensive piece of equipment and it requires a little bit of work. But we'll check it out. It's been sitting and growing. Let's go ahead and get the salad trigger and put it down by, there we go, our facility. I'm going to put it, I don't know, here, I guess. Here? I don't know. I'll put it there for now. I don't know. We'll figure out how it works. You might have seen them at a quick glance there, but there was something else as well. And slurry tankers, the Coat Universal, thanks to Farmer Beavis for saying, hey, this is how you have to do it. I've been trying for a while to get the lettuce greenhouse to work, but it really requires some specific things. These Coat Universals do the trick. So there's three of them. There's this Coat Universal here. It is 30,000 liters, 65,000 to buy, 25 a day to own. Transports slurry, water, milk, fertilizer, and fuel. 120 horsepower vehicle to have. Let's grab that. I don't care. Default color is fine. The Coat Universal ST. This is for a semi. So it is identical to this, just with a semi hitch on it. You note, I own 3 of them. Yep, pretty much. We're going to buy another one just so we can look at them side by side. Finally, we have the Universal Small, 45,000 to buy, 25 a day to own, 90 horsepower piece of equipment, 22,500 liters of your liquid of choice. Okay, let's check these guys out. The little dial works. Yep, it works. So these are very nice looking pieces of equipment. There's a little bit of animation with them. I will say not nearly as good as the bulk tanker in terms of some of the animation. When I'm discharging water, you just see water spraying out the side. With the bulk carrier, you actually see like cones and piping coming out, but still, these are nice pieces of equipment. They are a little bit, I can climb them. They are a little bit heavy. I hooked this guy up to the Peterbilt. It looks okay on the Peterbilt. I wouldn't say it looks great on the Peterbilt. But these are not your lightweight pieces of equipment. You will need a pretty burly piece of equipment. I would never hook it to this truck here. It would probably murder this truck. It'd be okay probably on a dually. But these are beefy pieces of equipment, so we're going to want to, treat them accordingly. One more thing we have to buy for reasons of because I need a pallet fork. Haha. Okay. So these are nice looking. I will say this much. I learned that they fill with fuel very painfully slow. Everything else seems to be fine, but fuel is just unbelievably slow to fill. I don't know why, but that's how it is. It's it's just a slow fill of fuel. All right, so I have used these things because I needed to. If you get the greenhouse, the veggie greenhouse, really the only way, get out of the way. The only way to get all the things that you need is to use these Coat Universal Transporters. So we're gonna head down to the lettuce house and I'll show you what you need to add. And again, we're back to this whole added thing. Now, the lettuce house itself is not Rosenhaler. It is a different mod author. However, that silent trigger is Rosenhaler. It actually converts, as best I can figure, because, it's German and I don't speak German. It converts the non-Rosenhaler stuff to Rosenhaler stuff, as best I can figure. There's my 3 green coats with my 3 green Peterbilts. Ain't that pretty? Oh, All right, so here is our building. Quite the structure here. Now, you notice I'm walking up to it, I'm not getting any trigger in my controls. Why is that? Well, if I walk up to this box here, look at that. Now I get it. I think that's really great because every time I go by the strawberry facility, I see the needs of the strawberry plant, but the strawberry greenhouse, but maybe I don't want to see them. In order to prevent me from seeing them, I turn off my help menu and then I forget to turn it back on. This is really cool because I'm able to walk up to my machine to see what's going on. So you see the resources, seeds, 8,117, it's about 10,000 there. Diesel, 107, it's 120 liters at full. Fertilizer, water, and then you get lettuce scraps and lettuce pallets, which are full currently. Okay, so here's our fertilizer or pesticide. Now I found the best way to deal with filling this is to take the coat and back it up so that the back of the coat is almost pressed against this, and you'll find the trigger. It's kind of weird. I had trouble finding the trigger. Water right there, same thing, just back her up and it will work. And then here is our diesel generator. That's 120 liters of fuel. It will last a while. You see there's little fuel things, so we can just look at it if we want to. And finally over here, this is the seeds. You just back up and dump it. Any dumper will work for that. We can go inside. When it opens, there we go. And there's all of our lettuce that we've worked so hard on right there. When the lettuce is done, it automatically gets dealt with. There's the scrap master and that, and it goes out the back of our building. All right, so now we're at the back of the building. I probably put this in a really bad spot. There's the scrap. So this is the lettuce scrap that is considered forage. And here is our lettuce pallet, which is currently full. Excellent. So now let's go grab our front loader, telehandler, thing, whatever you want, and get to work on this. The picture of this mod shows a skid steer. It's probably the better piece of equipment, honestly, but I don't have one, so there you go. We're going to use this. I also enjoy this thing. I like it. It turns nice and tight, just like a skid steer, honestly. Some of you are like, no, it's not just like a skid steer. I don't care. Feels like a skid steer to me. Nope. Down. Really? There we go. Gotcha. All right, so now we've got this. Now, if I just have this and I don't have the Rosenhaler edition, I take this to the sheep sell point. Instead, we're going to go over here and we're going to see what happens when we use this trigger over here. Now, it would look like... Don't do what I did. Don't put those so close together. All right, so there. I drop it in and look at those little lettuces there. Now, what do those look like to you? Now, if you say that they look like the ones that you load up with the Rosenhaler attachment, you're correct. That's exactly what they are. So I can go and get, if I wanted to, the Rosenhaler box. Trying to think of the words. I can go get a Rosenhaler box, load them up, and away we go. Now, this does mean, look at my fill percentage, 4%. Okay? This requires a lot of, requires a lot of maintenance to maintain because it fills up relatively quickly. Now I have this trigger point here. Perfect. The Rosenhaler trigger point works perfectly to grab the lettuce that I drop in there, and it stores 50,000 liters, I believe, of lettuce in the Rosenhaler style. And then I can go sell it however I need to. So there you go. You do need, really, to make this work beautifully, you do need to have, at minimum, the lettuce greenhouse, and the coat universal seems to be the most minimum. You could modify a few other things to carry what the diesel generator needs. Look at that. It's even running. Aww. But I would say also get the Rosenhaler just so that you can integrate better with the rest of the Rosenhaler stuff. because then we're back to what we've talked about repeatedly. Is there a value-added proposition to this? I think there is. Especially, think about what this thing needs. How much is lettuce going for? $1.50 a liter. There you go. So think about what that lettuce facility needs. It needs diesel. You can't manufacture diesel, but it only requires 120 liters of diesel, so you're good there. Requires fertilizer and seeds, both of which you can manufacture at the Rosenhaller fertilizer and seed facility that we've reviewed. It also requires water. That's something that we need to find, is a mod that we can basically have a water well dropped somewhere that we have to pay for one time, and then maybe some electrical costs or something like that, some upkeep costs, but gets us water basically for free. That would be a nice addition. I'll look for one of those. But there you go. That's the lettuce growing house. Let's see if I can get back over there. There we go. Haha. That's the lettuce growing house. The Coat Universal trailers and the Rosenhaller converter. It's the solid trigger point or lettuce trigger point that allows you to convert the lettuce that you get here into Rosenhaller lettuce, which is easier to deal with. Don't park it so close like this. That's a really stupid idea on my part, but there you go. Woo. That is, by the way, forage. Forage? Yeah, not forage. Chaff. Chaff. Works as chaff. So you can use that in your chaff to create forage. So a lot of these have byproducts. That's great. We can make use of all of this to really increase our farm. Yeah! Agribusiness. I've been DerTebbers. This has been your Farming Simulator 15 mod spotlight in the world of agribusiness. I promise next time will not be agribusinesses. Until then, happy lettuce picking, everybody.